Man, it's amazing, man. Welcome back. It's just, I am so honored. I got chills just sitting right in front of you today because I've got my brother from another mother team sitting next to me. You can tell from the resemblance, man. You know, we share the same father, different mother. We're from Nigeria. You can tell from my accent a little bit. We ain't from North Carolina.
I believe it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, Tim, it's amazing to see where you've come from. You know, tell us a little about yourself. How do we meet you? How do you even got the chance to meet me?
All right, so my full name is Wushwarwe Timothy Taimako Deshi.
Hallelujah.
So in my village, when a child is born, so first you have your tribal name, which that's how they identify you, and then your religious name, you know, whether a Muslim or Christian. So being a Christian, I was called Timothy, and then my father's name is Taimako. And my first name, Wushwarwe, simply means who you're gonna laugh at. My father had 19 daughters before he had me. So pretty much everyone was making fun of him for not having a son. So when he had me, pretty much it was like, who you gonna make fun of? Who you gonna laugh at? So that's my name. But my father moved on and kind of ended up dying from HIV/AIDS. My mother got married to a man that has 2 wives. She became the 3rd wife, and I wasn't accepted. I was thrown out of the house because pretty much I was, they didn't want me to share the inheritance. So I became a homeless kid at the age of 7, lived on the streets, and that was all I know. That's the life that I know. And moving from street to street, sleeping in the mosque whenever it's open before the morning prayers. And yeah, so my first relationship, man, with shoes was, you know, at the mosque. You know, when we go to the mosque to sleep and take a nap, and when people come in to pray, they will take off their shoes and actually leave it at the front door. And we step out as homeless kids, as street children, and then we begin to steal the shoes. Because, you know, now we got, you know, shoes that we can sell and get, you know, something to eat, you know, to get some food and get a bite. And that was my first relationship with shoes. So moving from street to street, I got arrested during the Boko Haram, and, you know, children were used to set up bombs and stuff like that. So I was arrested to children's prison. I was there 6 months, and I heard about this orphanage, Gidanbege. When I was released, you know, I went back to the streets and then ended up leaning on the wall of this orphanage, not knowing it. At this time, I was 11, 12. I couldn't read or write, you know. So, you know, miracle, man. Somebody just took me in, introduced me to some of the missionaries. And that's how, you know, that became home. And that was where I met you guys. That was the first time I met Samaritan's Feet.
And tell us, when you met Samaritan's Feet, what does Samaritan's Feet mean to you? I mean, I know we see you're now wearing suits. I mean, there was a picture that showed up a few minutes ago that showed you with dirt on your feet. You didn't. I mean, tell us, what was that like? That's him right there, man. Look at that brother, man. You can tell us, hey, a couple extra burgers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's me and 3 of my brothers. When I first met Samaritan's Feet, you know, that was the first time that I would say that someone really actually saw me. It was tough, you know, coming from a place where you were accused of witchcraft, of just anything and everything. You know, I had to run out of my village pretty much to move into that city. And for the first time, being a kid that I felt so invisible because I had pain that I didn't know that was there. I had issues that I didn't know that was there. But for the first time, someone took my feet and just washed it, and I was embarrassed, you know, because at this point, you know, I was barely keeping some of my toenails in place, you know, because I didn't have shoes. We played soccer barefooted. But for the first time, someone held my feet, knelt down, washed my feet, and I felt like that was the first time that someone actually saw me. I was embarrassed to let go of my feet and for someone to hold it and clean it. Tried to hide it, but for the first time again, that was that time that someone held my feet, and I felt like, man, where can I go? How can I run and hide from this moment? Because I was embarrassed. But that was the first step that actually releases me, that shows me self-worth. That was the beginning of of who I am. You know, today I meet people and they said, man, Tim, you're such a great friend. I'm married, by the way. I have a little boy. And everyone's like, man, you know, you have a beautiful family. You have this, you have that. And they don't know, you know, that first, you know, spot, that place where Samaritan's feet saw me, wash my feet and kind of clean them and give me that self-worth, that self-assurance was very pivotal.
And hope is the word.
Yes, sir. Yes,
we
sir.
talk about hope
Yes, sir.
as a four-letter word, to have only positive expectation. For those watching here, just last word to say, why should they support Samaritan's feet?
If you're watching, please allow me to say that as someone that benefited from Samaritan's feet, there's so many children that are waiting, that they will not be able to realize who they are or even meet themselves without you stepping up and helping Samaritan's feet to be part of this family and to release this family into the mission that God wants it to be. So please do it for the next 10.